Hi everyone, Justin Peppers here with Peppers Construction Company, coming to you today from our office here in beautiful Dawsonville, Georgia. Today I want to introduce a new project that we're working on. It's a custom residence and it's being built in Cumming, Georgia. Let's step out to our plans room and take a look at some plans, and I'm going to tell you guys all about the details. So the design of this home started as a brick colonial, but then it morphed into a blend of a colonial and an Irish country home. After a trip to Ireland and a tour of the southern Irish countryside. If you've ever been or even just seen pictures, then you know that the countryside in the southern part of Ireland is beautiful, with white cottages that radiate from the hillsides. The white plaster exteriors really make the homes pop out of the landscape, especially when viewed against the bright green backdrop of the naturally grassy hillsides that you see in the summertime in southern Ireland. Also, there are endless miles of beautiful natural stone walls and other stone structures all over the countryside. So, due to this inspiration and the classic design of the home, we are calling this project the Irish Summer Cottage. And it's my pleasure to introduce and share this home with you today. The home's design was a collaboration between Timothy Bryan of Crabapple, Georgia, and myself. Now, shown here on this set of plans is the original design where we had the old world brick, similar to a home that you would see built in Charleston, South Carolina. But as I spoke to earlier, the home is actually going to be a 3-coat old world lime plaster, and the carriage house will be a natural stone, very similar to the stonework that you see in the Irish countryside. That was a modification that we made in order to fit that theme seen in Ireland. Now the backyard is going to have a real long stone retaining wall that will flank the yard and give definition to the back garden. On the left side of the home, there's a 2-story veranda that you're seeing here, and that is inspiration that came from Charleston, South Carolina, and the traditional homes that are built there. The round tapered Roman Doric columns on the veranda, also a element that you would see in a Charleston home, is done on this left elevation that you're taking a look at. The roof line is also inspiration from Charleston home. We actually have a very long ridge, a full hip, and there's actually a flat portion framed in the center that will have a membrane roof and standing seam metal over the top of it. The framework of the home was designed around the main operating systems, the plumbing, electrical, and mechanical systems. Let me explain. As a general contractor, the most important thing to me is the structure, operating systems, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, the installation, roofing, doors and windows, and the exterior cladding. So with this in mind and in consideration of the operating systems, I wanted to design the house so that it had living space sandwiched between unfinished but conditioned utility space below and above that would house and efficiently distribute the operating systems of the home to the living space. Does that make sense? Let's whiteboard it. So traditionally, homes are built on either a slab, crawl space, or an unfinished basement, and our operating systems are housed in one location. This results in long, inefficient runs, or just as bad, those unsightly box downs and wall chases. Okay, so I am not an architect, and so I'm going to draw something for you guys, but it's not going to look very professional, but it's going to get the point across. So in our design, what we decided to do was we started with a 6-foot conditioned crawl space, okay? The grade comes like this. It's completely underground, and it's completely enclosed, so there's no exterior openings on this crawl space, okay? And this is mechanical zone 1. All right, so I'll say mechanical 1, okay? Then we have a 12-inch floor system. Engineered TJIs were used on the floor system. On top of that, we have our first 10-foot living space. Okay, so living. Between the first and second floor, we have a 24-inch open web engineered floor truss, very stiff, strong floor. And then on top of that, we have our second living space. Okay, this is going to be living 2. That was living 1. And then from here, we have our roof line that comes up, and then we have that flat roof line that we talked about earlier. And there, we have mechanical space 2. We have a 7-foot mechanical space. So 7-foot mechanical, excuse my handwriting. So, as you see, this is the sandwich we talked about. We have mechanical 1, subterranean, fully enclosed, and then we have mechanical 2 at the very top. So what we get to do here is we can house our furnace, water heater, and everything on the first floor can come up anywhere in this crawl space or this floor system and service the first floor living space. On top, we have the same scenario. So I can put a furnace, water heater, and then everything can come down into my ceiling system. Didn't draw it in. I have a 10-inch ceiling joist system that everything can come into, and it can service our mechanical, our plumbing, and our electrical. So we have this entire space in the middle, this living space, that becomes free of these these box downs that you get in your basement typically. So this is the way the house was designed, and that this was really the tent pole. The most important thing for us in the design was that we could house the operating systems up and down and service both in that same manner. There's some very unique features in the home, from the curved staircase to the reclaimed beams that are going to be used. And it's going to be a really fun project to track along the way. So I hope that you'll check us back out and continue to watch the videos as this house comes under construction.